Hey, Tams.
Hey, Larissa.
How was you, girl?
How was you, girl?
We
Yeah.
tired. We tired.
We are tired because
are.
why? Larissa's here, y'all. She has made it in the apartment.
It is in the apartment.
I know it is. Listen, we have been trying to do this for how long?
3 years. 3.5 years. 3.5 years.
If y'all understood the struggle of what it took, but staying consistent and talking to each other consistently has led us to this moment, y'all. Oh,
it sure has. As I said, this is 3.5 years in the making.
Yes.
But what brought me to the ATL this weekend?
Girl, so some of y'all don't know, but I go to 2819. That's my church. Hey, Pastor Philip.
I'll give it up.
And so we were having an event called Access. And when I tell you, I got a text message in my phone with a confirmed ticket. And I was like, stop playing with me. Stop playing. I called her right away. Y'all, she did not want to pick up my call.
I was going to let her sweat.
She did not want to pick up, but I was so excited to get it because I was like, man, after all this time, we finally get to see each other in person. We met at...
We didn't.
No, we didn't. You're right. You did it. You're right.
Technically, we were there in the building together.
Yeah.
And but we didn't officially meet until the summit.
Yeah, right? yeah. And what she's talking about is, I think that was in like 2022.
I believe so.
I think it was 2022. Yeah. We attended Lisa Nichols'
Speak right to make millions.
Speak to make millions.
Speaking right to make millions.
Speaking right summit, and there was a lot of healing that needed to be done at that conference. It was really good. It was really, really good. And so, when I went there with the intention of connecting. And so I connected with some women. And, when I got back, she's laughing. When I got back, because if y'all knew, right? If you know, you know. It's one of them. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But when we got back from the summit, when we got back from the conference, some of the women who I connected with decided that they wanted to do a summit. And so we were like, oh, yeah, this would be great. And so she was introduced to me through one of the women who was putting the summit together. Yeah. And so we met on that call.
We did.
And then when we realized that, our stories were,
too similar,
in regards to like trauma and things like that. Yeah. But not just that, we were from the island.
Yes. I'm Jamaican. And you are?
Bahamian.
There you go.
And so we just connected based off of that. And even though the summit went like hella left, because it did, exit stage left, let's keep going. We had a little bit of trauma from that, and we were like, we ain't dealing with no more women at all. And some of us were able to bounce back and pivot, and we decided to maintain our relationship, and even that came with prayer. Because in the beginning, we were still skeptical about, even establishing that. Because, now we had this trauma behind it. Because trauma doesn't always have to be sexual. It could be anything that is triggering, that has impacted you in some huge way, right? In a negative way, actually. And so we had to learn how to pivot. And we grew a friendship from the ground up because we understood that God probably put that whole summit together just so that we could meet.
That's our story. And we're sticking to it.
Sticking to it. And so here we are. Now we are, we talk all the time.
We do. We pray all the time.
Yeah, we read scripture. We fast together.
We fast. And let me pause to say, I thank you for all of that.
Oh.
Because as much as this journey has been a bit of a crazy one, because trust me, there's a whole lot more there, but you have been consistent. She has been nothing but an awesome friend. And she's exactly right. After this summit, coming out of the traumas that we've experienced, and one of which had to do with being wounded by women, loved ones, and just not having trust to be in that format and then to have this thing, as she said, go left really bad. I was just like, nah, I'm done. I'm over it. But for some reason, we made a bond, and we decided to push through. That's what's his name?
Hold on, y'all.
We gonna cut it out.
Yeah, we'll cut it.
Or not.
Y'all, get the dog so she gets the bathroom. Jameson. Let her come and show her where the bathroom is, please. But get the dog so the dog. Get the dog.
So my aunt is here with me, right? This is what's happening. My aunt is here while I'm recording, and she needs to go use the bathroom. But anyhow, so let's backtrack a bit. But I'll finish that part of it. When everything happened with the summit, and I really didn't want anything to do with anything at that point. I was just like, oh, see, try it again. And this happened, but God, once again. Somehow we forged this friendship, and I don't know, at first I was very skeptical because I'm like, not us trauma bonding again. But that was not it. In Tammy, I found a friend that I really didn't have prior. When I talk about a prior partner, an accountability partner, and that comes with its ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
It does, because we be jiving, feeding off of each other and being like, girl, did you do the thing? No, I didn't do it yet.
Yeah, but let's work on this now.
We'll get to that later.
Let's work on it now.
But the fact is, she has been consistent. And when I tell you, I've only recently learned this term, gatekeeping. There's no gatekeeping with nothing. Not her private life, not business, not nothing. It's just been a really refreshing friendship, and I want to say thanks, Tams.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, because I love speaking to you on the phone. Let's first of all there.
Yeah.
I be wanting to talk to her, y'all. She be busy. She be having a lot going on, so I have to kind of drag her away. But we really feed off of each other, and so speaking with her inspires me to push, and I'm sure she says the same thing. Speaking with me inspires her, so I love talking to her when I need inspiration, especially.
I love that.
Yeah,
we do that.
All right.
That.
So now we're here.
So now we're here. Now, how did we get here? That's a whole nother story.
So going back to I go to 2819, and we have this major event called Access, and when I tell you, the access be accessing. Okay.
Access denied.
So access denied.
Access denied.
But before we even get to that, so she came. I picked her up from the airport.
It's my birthday.
It was her birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Well, I picked her up from the airport, and then we went to
We went to the church.
We went straight to church because I wanted her to see, just the church. I wanted her to see just the church, right? And so I love my church so much. Let me tell you, because they knew that so many people were going to be flying in, and this is just my assumption. So many digital disciples were going to be flying in. They decided to put something together special just for them. And so they had a whole digital disciple day. And she's one of them, y'all, because she lives in Connecticut. And so she came to church. I took her there, and they had an entire event going on. And they gave them the full 2819 experience. I'm talking from the line to the shorter line. The shorter line. Because, when we go to church, you're going to be in that line for about 1.5 hours, maybe 2 sometimes. It depends on what's happening, right? And so from the line until you get into the gathering, right? And so from the line to the gathering, you can feel the shift in the atmosphere. Yeah. And so she was able to experience that, and then they allowed opportunities for them to be able to purchase things and go and be a part of ministries if they wanted to, because they had the prayer out there. They talked about the institution that they had
About
2019.
groups,
They had the
free
groups,
groups.
the squads, um, and they had opportunities to even share and give testimonies and things like that.
Yeah.
Like it was so good. My kids enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. She got to experience it. But y'all, listen. So I was working. I was working. I was working for Access, and so for Access, they had very strict requirements, and so we had to be to the area of where we were having access, which is at the State Farm Arena. We had to be there very early, and so she wasn't allowed to come with me. But y'all, let me tell you, she left her house at what time did you leave?
After 11.
Okay,
So
so you
we
got there like
got there about 11 minutes to 12.
yeah,
Yeah.
minutes to 12. But from the inside, looking out, the lines, the lines were like, whoa,
Ridiculous is an
yeah,
understatement.
yeah,
When I tell, I've never seen that many people in my life.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Immediately, like we were crying because from the inside, we were crying because I have never in my life experienced something where you see so many people who are hungry just to experience the power and the presence of God.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing just to see. When I say a lot of people standing outside was over 40,000 people easy.
And
Easy.
the wait,
And the
because I
wait.
was in line for 5 hours.
She was in line for 5 hours, y'all.
And again, just a quick backstory. I came here for several reasons. As I mentioned before, it's my birthday weekend.
We got the birthday.
And a very not critical, but significant birthday. And my aunt, my favorite aunt, lives here in ATL, and Tammy lives here. And then when I heard Access was happening on my birthday, I was like, listen, I've made it to 47. You guys will hear the stories eventually, but with the grace of God, I made it to 47. I wanted to do something to celebrate my birthday. So I figured, what better way? And coming here to pray and to pray with her, to be in the same setting and all of that after all these years. I was like, listen, I just bought the tickets and shoot her the text. She did not believe me, as she said, so she called. However, coming, grabbed my aunt and went and was in the line for 5 hours yesterday, and we were so close.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah.
And we got the announcement that it was booked to
we were
capacity,
at capacity,
and we couldn't. There was an overflow, but again, I was on a cane, and because another long story, but recently got my hips replaced, so I was using a cane, so I couldn't. After being there for so long, we were tired, exhausted already, hungry, and to go to the other facility, which was like a 16-minute walk. I just couldn't manage it. But we ended up going down the stairs, getting around the corner, and then we saw that line.
Yeah.
It was a wrap. And no sooner than we got there, she texted and said, yeah, just go home. Because they're already filled up to capacity.
Yeah.
So that was over 30,000 people between those two places.
Yeah.
And there was at least another 20,000 people, at least 15,000 people outside.
It had to be. It
was crazy.
Pastor made an announcement and said that there were 20,000 people outside after filling up the World Congress Center, the Georgia World Congress Center. And so, I was very sad that she was not able to make it in. I really was. But some of the people outside, like, they started praying outside.
They did.
They started praying outside because, a lot of people traveled from all over the world.
Yeah.
That one guy said he's from where? Congo. He said that flight was how long?
Over 16 hours.
Yes.
Over 18 hours.
Yeah, 18 hours.
And there were people that drove over 18 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said that they drove from California. 3 days.
There were people here from Chicago, and we're talking about now in the country. Chicago, my aunt and I met a family. They didn't get in either, and they had a young baby, another younger child, and it's a police officer and his wife. They drove from Dakota, wherever that is, and of course they didn't get in either. It was just, I could see, on wife's face reflected exactly what I was feeling
Yeah, yeah,
internally. You could see the
yeah,
disappointment, and
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, so I said to her, at the end of the day, what we can do within that hour that they were going to pray, wherever we are, just
Mhm.
let's pray,
Yeah, let's
you
pray,
know.
and there will be more. There will be more.
I won't be 47 again.
There will be more
I
though.
only get to be there once.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you'll be 48, and then 49, and then 50, and
Yeah,
then 60, 70,
girl.
80, 90,
A
100.
hundred and
Because we
plus.
going to ride this wave
And then
until forever. Because
wheels
we got
fall off.
longevity.
But yeah, we laugh about it. But honestly, as disappointing as it was, one thing I will say, it was so refreshing to see the amount of young people. Let me pause there because it wasn't just young people. When I tell you, people turned out, all ages, people from every walk of life, all
Yeah.
race group, everybody was outside.
Yeah.
And so to see that turn out, but guys, my aunt in the background having a whole conversation like she don't know we over here recording.
Lord.
Yeah. So one of the things that was so impressive to me, I met a few young people in the line. There were these five. I don't know what they are. I think they're. I don't want to say Puerto Rican or they're Mexicans or whatever.
They're
Very
Latino.
Latino
Hmm.
young men, Bible in hand, ready to go in. There was another group of young ladies that they drove up from Florida over 5 hours to
Wow.
get here. And so, yeah, everybody was just
Yeah, it
excited.
was. And somebody else, my son, told me that somebody came. They had a camper. They had a whole camper, RV camper.
Mm,
Yes, they had a whole camper,
I
and they
could see
came.
that happening.
They did.
I could see
So,
that.
yeah.
My only thing I would say is, oh, before I get there, I didn't tell you this, girl. So, because of where we were, the place was locked off,
Mhm.
blocked off. The police were outside. The Uber couldn't get to where we were.
Mhm.
So I had to go to this police officer because I don't know anywhere here. My aunt lives here. She don't know nowhere. So we had to go. I went to the police officer and asked him for Auntie Joe. Keep it down. So anyhow, I went to the police officer and asked him for directions. He sent me to another police officer because he saw me with a cane, right? And I thank you, whoever you are. You are such a gentleman. He sent me to his other friend, and got there. This police officer is gonna say to me, "This is what y'all get because y'all love freeness." Tammy, when I tell you, I was like,
What?
Larissa is a police officer. Hold your tongue. Because I was like,
She said freeness.
he said, "This is what y'all get." Yeah,
But
because
even
it's
even
free.
if you announce stuff for free, um, that's not really what brings them.
But the funny thing is, I wish they had.
Purchase.
I wish
Yeah.
there were tickets
Yeah.
so we could have purchased because
Yeah.
this would not have happened. So I'm guessing moving forward, even if it's going to be free,
Yeah.
at least do a registration.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have some idea of the amount of people to
Yeah. Yeah.
expect.
I'm not sure
Because
why. I don't know why they didn't do a registration.
at least a
Like
registration.
when I asked the special ops,
Mm-hmm.
he said he wasn't a part of those conversations. So I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what was so hurtful when he said that because I would have paid real money to
Yeah.
be here.
I think a
bought
lot of people
ticket,
would. I
darn
think a
it.
lot of people would
People
have.
that's why I'm saying that was so disrespectful because people are flying from all over the world. You think
Yeah.
they would have flown here because it's free? They had to pay ticket, spend money,
Yeah.
stay in hotels.
Yeah.
For me, that's just the difference. I
Yeah.
thankfully have a friend and my aunt live here, but for those people that did not have that,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel horrible for them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I mean, I guess it is what it is, and thinking about it in hindsight, he got that building months ago,
yeah.
and so I don't think that he had really predicted how many people
Mm-mm.
was going to show up. He knew that he wanted to fill up the State Farm Arena,
Yeah.
but he ain't know it was gonna fill and overflow and triple
Overflow.
over.
Child, I think
But when
that's
they
such a
realized,
humbling
yeah,
experience
it
for him
is.
too to see where he's coming from and what he was able to
Yeah,
pull off in the
yeah,
city.
yeah. And it just goes to show you how
Yeah.
hungry people are,
Hmm.
sorry, to hear the truth,
Yeah.
the word of God, without, all of the somatics and all of that, the
All the
extras.
prosperity.
Yeah, all the prosperity, because if you know anything about 2819, is
Hmm.
that every time you go to church, you think God coming before the service even ends.
Get your
Okay,
crap together.
get your life together, because
Mhm.
He really does preach that hard.
Yeah.
He's really concerned about the lifestyle that we're living, and making sure that we're living a life that is leading towards God. Right? Because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
And that man will preach his heart out. Not just him,
Yes.
but all the pastors there.
Yeah.
The church and the body, like being a part of the team and the members, like they really do have a culture of live right
Yeah.
and serve, as if today is your last.
And the frequency of praying and fasting
Yeah,
and people coming together, that I've never seen that
yeah,
before,
yeah,
so
yeah. So definitely love my church. Definitely love that you were able to come down. I'm sad that you weren't able to get in the building, but you got to experience
I
some of
was
it.
gonna
And
say, I am very, because if you did not have that forethought to say, let's go to the church,
yeah,
then I would have been even more disappointed. I would
yeah.
be going back home on the plane with my Access sweatshirt on,
Yeah.
bawling. Okay. But at
I would have been like,
least,
nah, come, we gotta go. We're gonna have
at
our own
least,
special little
yeah.
prayer. Let's
Listen.
come. The access is still rolling off.
Yes.
Rub.
Yes. So I thank you for even that, because she made sure she got me from the airport and we went straight to 2819, hungry, all of it,
Mhm.
and with her little troopers, her little troopers in tow,
Mhm.
and those babies, they had a great time too.
Yeah.
Just, and that's one of the things I love about even being on the campus there, because amid all the chaos of just so many people being there from all over, they're very intentional about having toys and games and just things to keep the little ones occupied, and you can tell there's a lot of thought that goes into that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
We have a
Yeah.
culture. We have a culture, and we try to maintain that, and I love that. And you know what's so funny is that even though it's such a big church with so many people, and it's growing like
Weeds.
rapidly, right? Um, it is the one church that I've been to. Well, I don't want to say one church, but they do a really good job of making you be seen, of
Mm,
seeing you.
mm.
So it doesn't feel like you're a part of such a big environment, because they see you. Like they
And how
train you
do
to
they
be
do
seen.
that? Because usually the climate in any megachurch is that you're going, but people don't even know who you are.
Hmm.
So how is it that you think you remember their, what is the intentionality behind that, or how they happen to pull that off?
They pull it off because they're that intentional. Like
Mm-hmm.
they train us, like, look people in the eye and make sure that you smile.
Mm.
Make sure you converse, make sure you connect, make sure that you engage.
Yeah.
They train you to do that because they recognize that it is a big place. And people
Mm.
do just sometimes people just want you to interact with
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
And so they do a very good job. How you doing? Good morning. Welcome. How are you?
And engaged they were.
Engagement. That's
Ooh, child.
it. They hype. They engage.
Yep.
We have a line ministry, on the line ministry. They engage with you while you're outside. They encourage you to connect with those who are around you, right?
Yeah.
And when you do that, when you're having conversations, she just shared how she met people on the line.
Mm-hmm.
She can tell you their story because she was interacting. That's a part of the culture that we have. That's a part of the environment that they have created. And so when you do that, imagine when you're in your squads, and you're just speaking with people when you're on your teams, right? So they do a really good job of making sure that people
Yeah.
are seen.
I will add to that, that speaks volumes to the leader, because even outside, when everything was going crazy at one point in time, and we didn't have like people from the church outside, the people on the grounds,
Hmm.
they started breaking out in songs. They
Yeah.
started, everyone was just so loving and welcoming, and like, hey sister, this, that, that. And The reason I say that, it speaks to the leadership, because you can tell people are listening intently to the message that's
Mhm.
being delivered, which is why this happened. Because when I tell you, people came ready to just be serving others, even in the line, the people that were there that had challenges, people were giving them their spot. So it was just, you had to be there
Yeah, you had
to
to be
to
there.
experience it. It was just an amazing event, in the sense that as much as we were all hot and we were hungry and tired, and
Hmm.
none of that was really showing, people were just so kind.
Yeah,
And normally in big settings like that, it's every man for themselves, they
yeah,
don't care about you.
yeah.
But no, people were just hugging, smiling, which I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of uncomfortable for me at one point.
Yeah.
you know, you know, I don't do people a lot, but it was welcoming. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It speaks to the leadership, and that people are really listening intently to what he's saying on how people should live and be disciples. There were people out there with their Bibles,
Yeah.
reading scriptures, going back and forth.
Wow.
What? I've
Yeah.
never seen this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, it reminds me of Bible days when
Yeah,
people used
yeah,
to
yeah.
follow Jesus, when they used to follow Paul and Peter, all the apostles, right? They
Mm-hmm.
had crowds of millions.
Yeah, yeah.
And so our little 20,000, 40,000, 50,000.
Well,
Listen.
next time, 2819, do it like how Jesus did in the days. Have it outside, outdoors, okay?
Or find the biggest building. But,
Or that.
he already made the announcement. He said he's doing it in London next year.
In London,
It's in London next year.
where's that police officer?
Yeah.
About, because it's free.
It ain't going to be free then.
Either way,
Maybe,
it
I
was
don't know.
not
I
free.
don't know. It ain't going to be free for me because I got to fly there.
I said either way, it wasn't free. Because
Yeah.
for those people that were traveling
Yeah.
distances, we're
They
talking
paid.
about gas, we're talking about airline tickets,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about hotels,
Yeah.
we're talking about food,
Yeah.
all of it. It was
Yeah.
costly.
It is. It was.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Next
anywho,
time. So, yeah.
access denied.
Access was denied. Oh,
But
we could title this that. Access. That's
because my access really was denied
it
on
was
my
denied.
47th
It was
birthday.
denied. But she got some membership perks.
I got some real takeaways. I learned some lessons.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing overall. I'm still gonna cry. Still gonna cry.
But there will be more
But
opportunities.
but I won't be 47.
But
I'm
she'll
just
be
saying.
48.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
that's it for access denied.
Yeah.
Journey to access. Access denied. Yes. But anyhow, it was a beautiful experience overall.
Yeah.
And of
It
course,
was.
something always gotta put a kicker in there somehow, but
Yeah.
it happens. It's life. You
Yeah.
know.
It does.
But yeah, kudos, man.
Kudos.
Kudos.
And so this was good.
This was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all, we can
We have
end this
so
right
much
here.
more-
Actually, we
so
so much
much more
more,
to talk
but
about.
to talk about other conversations.
Outside of
Yeah, because we really needed you to understand to just pivot through anything.
yeah, that's
You have to be able to pivot when
Mhm.
things happen, because life might not always come as you expect, or the things that you plan, it might not happen as you expect it to happen.
that part.
But she was able to get some very valuable lessons within that process.
Mhm.
She was able to make some connections. She was able to, learn some things, have her own experience within the experience.
Yeah.
And so that's important that, even though access was denied, she was still able to walk away with some things
Yeah.
that she could still use that could be applicable to her life.
Yeah.
Right? Now we know how to plan
Mommy,
differently.
so sad.
Okay. Now we know how to
Yeah.
plan differently, y'all. So
I have to add, for me personally, I'm very proud of myself
yeah,
for pushing through, because it was a lot of discomfort. Even and again, this is part one of several conversations we're going to have as it pertains to who we are, how we met, and or stories, right? But just a little back on my story is, this is not my strong suit. Like
Yeah.
hopping on a plane, going somewhere by myself, decided
Yeah.
it's a new city, and I decided I wanted to do something for my birthday, and this was it. And again, it wasn't the most comfortable thing,
Mm.
but I did it. So I'm so proud of me.
Look how
And
beautiful
even though
that is.
access was
Look
denied,
at that. Look at that.
I still, yeah, as she said,
Yeah.
got so much from it.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I got to see my auntie. I got to see her.
Yeah.
And I did go to 2819. You can't tell me nothing. I went. Mm-hmm.
She went to her church.
I went.
Because she is a digital disciple.
I'm watching y'all.
She going to be on their prayer team, the digital prayer team. Because this girl be praying, okay?
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Yeah, so what she's saying is that she conquered some fears, y'all.
I did.
She still was able to accomplish some things. And so, you know, maybe God didn't have it for that, but maybe he had it to show you that you could.
Get out of my comfort zone.
Get out of your comfort zone.
And I'm doing this.
And you're doing this.
I'm doing this.
Listen, how long you been trying to record? How long did you have this DJI camera?
Oh, you gonna do it like that? She really gonna do it like that? The friendship, gotta.
But y'all, this has been fun. This has been fun, and I thoroughly enjoyed this. And y'all gonna see this video tonight.
I can't say y'all gonna see it for me.
Not on her end, but on my end. I'm gonna just tag her in it.
I appreciate the thought.
All right.
But thank you guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
By the way, what's your name, girl? You didn't.
Oh, I didn't say my name is Tammy, y'all.
And I'm Larissa.
And we are. Yeah, we need to do our own. We need to do a podcast together because
we do. We're gonna speak it.
We're gonna talk about it. Anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.
That's a rant. Access denied.